In this episode of Select Fire, we're visiting Daniel Defense. Yeah! As a Georgia boy, I've kind of always wanted to come over here to Black Creek and check out Daniel Defense. They made their first rifle in 2009, but in the past decade, they've ballooned from being an obscure also-ran to being in the front of the pack when it comes to AR. Let's go inside on this episode of Select Fire and take a look. It's good to be back in Georgia. You know a place is serious about guns when the door handles are made of barrels and the tables are held up with rails. Our Daniel Defense tour guide was Jim Ross, Director of Commercial Sales.
Chris, welcome to Daniel Defense.
Great to be here. You guys have a lot of great guns.
We do. We got a lot to show you. Let's get going.
Let's take a look.
In just 10 years, Daniel Defense has become a household name in the AR industry. We're here to find out why.
All right. Well, this is it, man. It's a lot to take in. Yeah.
First, Daniel Defense's factory is huge, 300,000 square feet to be exact. In fact, it's so big, they were even cool with us flying our drone around inside of it to get some footage.
We've upgraded this building in order to meet our expansion needs and to be able to increase our offerings in the future. And we're doing roughly 40,000 guns per year, so you would imagine these guys are extremely busy.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
40,000 guns a year, that's a whole lot of freedom.
We're here with Marty Daniel, the Daniel and Daniel Defense. Marty, how'd you get into this? Word on the street is it was because your golf game was lousy.
Yeah, the story goes golf game sucked.
So, instead of golfing, Marty got into shooting and fell in love with AR rifles.
I wanted some parts for my guns. I had two early Colts with the SP1s with the big pinhole in the front, and I wanted a flat top upper for it, and nobody made such a thing. So I talked the manufacturer into making 100 to get me the 4 I wanted for the 4 upper receivers that I wanted to build.
From there, Marty, with his engineering background, started Daniel Defense in 2002. He was able to secure a major military contract with his rail systems. Then things really started taking off.
Sitting around a table one day in 2008, and I said, you know what, guys, I think I want to build guns. What do y'all think? And every hand went up. I was like, let's go. So 2009, we built our first guns. And
the DDM-4.
First DDM-4, yeah.
The DDM-4 was very well received when it hit the market. It was regarded as a high-quality, feature-rich rifle. Many variants, models, and calibers soon followed. The company experienced 1,000% growth over a 10-year period. This allowed it to move into its current factory and produce almost every single part of its rifles in-house. Their latest gun is the exciting Delta 5, their first foray into bolt-action rifles. It's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor as well as .308.
We just tried to put the highest quality into it. We tried to make it user-friendly to do barrel swaps and just make it very, very accurate. And we created a very accurate product, and our customers are going to love it.
I personally can't wait to shoot it. It looks like a sweet rifle. But let's get back to the factory floor to see where the magic happens.
So the neat thing about Daniel Defense and the fact that we're making all of our products in-house, and the reason we're able to be so efficient is because we have these great machines. We have these lathes over here that are 13 and 11 axis machines, so they can go in there, they can feed in a piece of bar stock, do all the ops in one machine, and the finished product comes out at the end.
So right here you've got the heart and soul of an AR-15.
Being able to manufacture almost every single part of their guns is a huge advantage. Daniel Defense can control its own quality. It doesn't have to rely on anybody else.
This is where every Daniel Defense barrel starts. It's going to start off as a piece of a bar stock here. You can feel that, relatively heavy, roughly 24 inches in length, right? And then it's going to go into one of our 2 gun drills here. What the gun drill does is it cuts a precision hole directly down the middle of the bar stock. Once it goes through the gun drill, it's going to be put into a hone, and we're going to hone the inside of that to a mirror-like finish. Once it has the precision hole drilled through the middle and it's gone through the hone, it's going to go into one of these machines. What these machines do is they're going to turn the bar stock to a profile that's acceptable by the hammer forge. Now, the neat part of this process is this thing goes into the hammer forge like this. 3.5 to 4 minutes later, it comes out like this.
Nice.
When it comes out like this is a barrel that already has the rifling and the chamber already hammer forged into the material. The way we get that done is utilizing this neat little piece of steel right here, which is called a mandrel. That mandrel already has the reverse imaging of the rifling on it, and you can see it's got the what looks like a rifle casing here on it. So that basically is fed all the way into the end of this piece of bar stock. The hammers start hammering. The whole while it's turning, and it's hammer forging this rifling into that barrel, which makes for a more concentric finish and a longer lasting barrel.
So Daniel Defense makes more than 50 different parts in-house. You know, it's not just finishing out receivers and making barrels. Everything you can think of, from bolt carrier groups to sight posts to baffle cores. All this is done here at this facility.
Pretty amazing stuff. With success comes the ability to afford top-notch machinery, which in turn produces a high-quality product.
We are one of the only manufacturers that actually has a Cerakote robot. It's a really neat process. The reason we went with the robot is, number one, efficiency, but number two, it's a more consistent finish every single time.
It certainly gives Daniel Defense the ability to get some truly beautiful finishes on their guns.
These are sweet. Yeah, I like it.
Alex Haney, armorer and build team leader.
So right now we're building some V7 law enforcement editions. It's the custom order that we have. We have one side, they're building all the lowers. So they'll do everything from putting it together, making sure the triggers work, butt stocks are straight, everything's nice and snug. And then this side's doing the uppers. They're just making sure all the rails are on straight, flash riders are on straight. And while they're doing that, they're just making sure there's no damage done to any of the parts. If anything is egregious, you know, we'll kick it back, write it up, and we'll replace that part, so we send out the best product for our customer.
Every gun is test fired, usually 10 rounds. If a rare issue is found, they get sent back to quality control. I personally was interested in making sure their Select Fire rifles were working properly.
Oh yeah!
They were. As I toured the factory, I got the impression that everyone enjoys what they're doing. As a family-run business, there's a sense of loyalty and pride, and that pride translates to the products.
This particular DD5 that came out of California, this was actually destroyed in the forest fires that ravaged California. Obviously, this is not a defect in manufacturing, right. But Marty Daniel, he wants the customers taken care of like family. So we actually went through and replaced this guy's DD5. He'd lost everything in his house, actually sustained some injuries escaping the fire, and was just ecstatic that we would go ahead and take care of that for him.
It's incredible to think of what Daniel Defense has done in just 10 short years. I'm excited to see what they're going to do in the coming 10.
It's been an incredible journey, and I remember the first time, distinctly remember, I don't remember where I was at, but I remember hearing, you know, somebody say a sentence, and it was, you know, Smith & Wesson and Ruger and Colt and Daniel Defense, and I'm like, wow, we're in the same sentence with those brands. That's incredible for me to even today, to think about that we're in the same sentence, much less be really competing and doing well. So we're very honored to be where we are as part of the industry. And you know, the company now has built basically a brand it is a household brand, and so we feel like we can sell any kind of firearm product with that brand, as long as it's the highest quality at a price that's worth the price, right?
Well, that about wraps us up here at Daniel Defense here in Georgia. All-American company making an all-American product, 40,000 guns a year. That's a whole lot of freedom, cranking out 24/7. Thanks for watching Select Fire. We'll see you next time.